Hi, this is Gene at DNS Bait, and this report is current as of Thursday here on the 30th. Fishing pressure around town has been awfully light as of lately. A lot of guys seem to be opting for at least not hitting the lakes too much, and the guys who are getting on the lakes are still doing pretty decent. Up here on Lake Mendota, I am hearing some perch action again. The fish seem to be a little in deeper water for the most part. I've heard fish in as deep as 35 feet of water back in University Bay and over off the Edgewater Motel. I heard some there. There's still a few fish along the weed lines, though, those guys that have been poking around there by Picnic Point and over by Marshall Park, Fox Bluff, and up by the state park. Catfish seem to be pretty quiet, although there are a few being caught up in North Shore and around Governor's Island. White bass have been somewhat active in the evenings around Governor's Island and Maple Bluff. Over on Lake Monona, the bluegill fishermen have been catching mostly smaller fish, but they're getting a few decent ones and a few perch. One of the better areas to fish seems to be over by Wildhaven in about 30 to 35 feet of water, 40 feet of water. And the fish are either suspended or near the bottom. And you never know what you're going to get. It's either going to be a real small bluegill or a nice bluegill. And they've been getting some perch suspended over in those areas over by Wildhaven and the rock pile in front of Squaw Bay. Even the guys fishing the weed lines down into Squaw Bay a little bit have been having some action on perch down in there at times. Seems like the first half of the day has been the best time, but anytime you can go is a good time. Muskie fishermen have been hitting water over on Lake Monona, and there's been some action over there. I've heard some fish caught over in front of Obrick Park, some fish caught over by Hudson Park, and a little bit of action out in front of Squaw Bay, too, out in front of Turville Point and the rock pile in front of Squaw Bay. Lake Wabeesa, I've been talking to some guys, have been getting some decent bluegills and crappies. Well, the crappies seem to be a little smaller, but some decent bluegills down there in about 18 to 20, 22 feet of water over in front of Rockford Heights and Babcock Park and south of Hog Island, and just kind of poking around. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of guys down there on that lake, but the guys that are poking around are having some success. I haven't heard much muskie action down there, but I got to believe that that lake has been, the fish are getting more active too. Lake Kegonsa, I've heard, again, still some nice bluegills and some nice perch down there. You just don't hear a whole lot of them. They've been getting some out suspended in deep water, drifting over there off of Sugarbush and Colliday Point, but it's been pretty sporadic at best. I guess that's about all I have here locally. Lake Wisconsin, the walleye bite's been a little bit tough. The Wisconsin River, the water's been extremely low, very difficult to get up in there. Even with jet drives, been having a hard time. And over on Lake Winnebago, anybody who cares, I hear a good perch bite going on over there. And then down on Delavan, I've been hearing some bluegill action down there on Lake Delavan. But that's about all I got for you right now. So if you want to, you can call us at the store, 608-241-4225. If you got anything you'd like to share, or you can use the phone line if you're on the road, 608-244-3474. That spells Big Fish. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.